Okay, let's continue with 30 through 43. In these, what we want to do is express each expression as a single logarithm, simplify if possible, then check your results by converting to exponential form and evaluating. I don't think I'm going to do the check for all of them. I'm just going to show you guys how to do the check in a couple of them to see if it actually is correct. So let's start with number 30. Log base 3 of 45 minus log base 3 of 5. The goal is to write this as a single logarithm, so to bring them together. So notice that they have the same base. So if they have the same base, I can use the quotient property because I see subtraction here. That means I'm going to divide these numbers. Also, if you're using that property, you got to make sure that there's nothing in front of the log. There's no coefficient here. Because if there is, then you can't bring them together until you get rid of that coefficient. So neither of these have anything in front, so I can put them together. And it's going to be log base 3, right? Keep the base. And then 45 divided by 5, which is just, what's 45 divided by 5? 9. So it's log base 3 of 9. But you can keep going there. Okay, that's not the final answer because I noticed that 9 is 3 squared. Right? 9 is the same thing as 3 squared. And so now I notice that log base 3 of 3 squared, the base here matches the argument there. So the final answer is simply 2. Just the exponent. Let's keep going. 31. Log base 8 of 24 minus log base 8 of 3. Once again, I notice that they have the same base. I see subtraction, so that to me means division. Divide the arguments. They don't have anything in front, so if there's no coefficient in front, you can put them together. We're going to put them together as log base 8, keep the same base, and then 24 divided by 3. Divided because it's minus. If this was plus, I would multiply. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. And isn't that convenient? Log base 8 of 8 is just 1. Right? When the base and the argument match, it's just 1. 32. Log base 5 of 1 over 25 plus log base 5 of 25. Once again, I notice that they have the same base, so I can write them as 1 single log with the base. And what I need to do here, because it says plus, is multiply 1 over 25 times 25. Now, many of you guys can do that in your head. Because notice that it's the same number here as here, which means that they just cancel. So it's just 1. 1 over 25 times 25 is just 1. So log base 5 of 1. And the log of 1, regardless of the base, is always 0. That's just 0. 33. Log base 4 of 32 minus log base 4 of 128. In this case, they have the same base again. No coefficients, which is important. You should not have a coefficient if you're going to put it together. Keep the base, which is 4. 32 over 128. 32 over 128. I can simplify that because 32 and 128 have numbers in common. Let me see, how many times does 32 go into 128? Check with the calculator. Yeah, exactly 4 times. So this is just log base 4 of 4. Nope, not 4. Wrong. Let's fix that. Log base 4 of 1 over 4. Right? 32 over 128 is not 4. It's 1 over 4. So now you can simplify that. Log base 4 of 1 over 4. That's the same thing as log base 4 of 4 to the negative 1 power. That's the reciprocal of 4. So that means 4 to the negative 1 power. And now notice that the base and the argument match. So the answer there is just whatever the exponent is, which is just negative 1. And that's it. That is all just negative 1. 34. Log base 6 of 180 minus log base 6 of 5. They have the same base, so once again I can put them together, keeping the base. 180 divided by 5. Right? Because it's minus, we divide. 180 divided by 5. How many times does 5 go to 180? 36. So that's just log base 6 of 36. I can keep going. I notice that 36 is a power of 6. Look out for those little things. That way you can continue simplifying. 36 is 6 squared. So I can write it as log base 6 of 6 squared. And now the base and the exponent match, so the answer is just, the base and the argument match, so the answer is just the exponent. That's just 2. 35. 2 times log base b of 5 plus 1/2 log base b of 9 minus log base b of 3. This is a little bit more complicated. What you're going to want to do with these is just focus on 2 at a time. So I'm going to ignore the minus log base b of 3 for now and just focus on these two. And what I first see is that there's a coefficient in front. The 2 right there and the 1/2 right there. I can't put these together because of the 2 and the 1/2. Okay, so what you need to do is take that 2 and make it an exponent there. Take the 1/2 and make it an exponent there. Once those coefficients are gone, then you can put them together. So this is going to be log base b of 5 squared plus log base b of 9 to the 1/2 power. Log base b of 5 squared, which is 25, plus log base b of radical 9. This is log base b of 25 plus log base b of 9 to the 1/2 just means square root of 9. I can keep going on that one. Square root of 9 is just 3. So it's log base b of 25 plus log base b of 3. Now notice this. I am going to look at the other part now because I just noticed something. Log base b of 3 minus log base b of 3. These two are exactly the same thing. So this minus that just cancels out. The answer is just log base b of 25. That's it. Another way you could go for that one is to take the 25 and the 3 and multiply them. So 25 times 3, because of the addition here, you can multiply them. That makes 75. So it's log base b of 75 minus log base b of 3. And then you would divide 75 divided by 3. Gives you the same answer. It's still log base b of 25.